So today I want to talk about how that sometimes in life everyone's level one is different level one. Right? Let me explain, right? We all start from somewhere, right? Some people grew up in a household with both parents. Some people grew up in a household with one parent. Some people probably grew up with neither parent. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand where you are at in life right now before you can make steps to go farther in life. You have to be realistic with yourself. You might see someone across from you grew up with both parents, live in one of the nicest neighborhoods in your city, get all the love and attention at home, see someone got all the resources, all the knowledge. So it's you can't compare your starting point from theirs because they, as far as what they need to do, could be completely different than what you need to do, right? So that being said, as far as when it comes to comparing people, right, to your life, it's okay to compare people to your life in certain circumstances, right? You could reach out to someone and be like, hey, you seem like you come from a similar background as me. Where did you start at? And what kind of expectations were you looking for? What kind of knowledge did you have to go out here and get? What kind of resources that you also had to come out here and get? Because this person that started at the same level one as you could give you, they could give you the game that you need to get to where you need to get to, compared to someone who already had all this stuff. You're more likely going to go talk to someone who had built their life up in a certain environment, compared to someone who built their life up in an environment that you just don't understand, because you deep down might understand this person might not understand me, or this person probably won't understand what I need to do to get there, right? Think about it in life, right? If you plan to position, let's talk about sports, right? Let's say if you're looking for a sports coach, right? Let's talk about a position specifically. Let's say in track, you got a hurdle coach, you got a jump coach, you got a pole vault coach, right? And you want to learn how to pole vault. You're more likely going to go to someone who understands pole vaulting, right? Same thing with hurdling. If you want to be a better hurdler in track, you want to go find someone who have hurdled in track, right? If you want to be a better sprinter, you're going to go talk to someone who can help you get better at sprinting because they sprinted. Say you're a decent athlete, right? And you seen a coach, right? Back in his day, he was an athlete. He used to be an average, decent athlete. Then he got better over time. His track times got improved by so much, right? You more like go talk to him because, this athlete was once a decent athlete and they put the work in to get good. So they gonna understand what I need to do to put the work in as far as becoming a better runner, right? Compared to talking to someone who don't really have too much experience in that field. That's why experience is important, because experience you could teach, you could explain to people each and every step, and a part of that progress, you could tell them where they need it, what kind of expectations should they have, and what part of areas of their life at certain times, right? They might have a plan for you 2 months, they might have a plan for you in 5 months, in 2 years. They give you a baseline you should follow, right? Compared to wanting to be a better track runner, you talking to a hockey coach who might not have the most experience with track. Because I know back when I was an athlete, I used to go talk to athletes who was once decent athletes who put the work in to become a better athlete. Because, this person was not always once a really good athlete, right? Because think about it, right? Not everybody could coach sports. Just because someone's a great athlete doesn't necessarily mean that they could coach the sport, because you got athletes who was just naturally really gifted. That they put the work in, but they genuinely don't understand what it takes to coach somebody to be that good, because for them it became a lot easier compared to someone who had to put the work in, who had to study, who really had to get in detail in order for them to perfect their craft and get better, right? Then the people I would want to go to, someone who could tell me, word for word, game plan, different ways to go about things to get better, right? So think about your life. You want to get connected with someone that you can learn from, step by step. They organize. what they said actually makes sense to you. They can help you with your life and not just like, oh, well, I did this and that. It's not about what they did. It's about how can they help you get to where you need to get to. Right? So if you're someone who trying to become successful in your field, right, and you have no connections, for you, step one will be to build connections so you can get a foot in the door with your field compared to trying to take advice from someone who already has connections, who's not trying to give you connections. This person, like, well, I'm already here in my field, but this person had connections to get there. You didn't have those connections, so you had to do that extra work. You had to do the work that they didn't need to do because you started from a different level one. Your level one is different. Sometimes we gotta understand that. Before we look to our left and before we look to our right, ask ourselves, the progress that this person made, would I make the same progress in the same amount of time, or would it take me longer, or would it take me a shorter period of time? While you're looking at somebody else's success, right? Because success to people, they could achieve their success at different time zones, right? I mean, my bad, not time zones, different time frames. One person might take them 3 years. Another person, it might can't take them 10 years. And another person, right? It might could take them a few months. It looked different. It looked different for everyone. Everybody, level one is different. Everybody comes from different backgrounds, different families, different cities. So is it fair? So is it fair for you to assume that just because this person made it in a few months, mean you gonna make it in a few months? It might take you a few more months. It might take you even a few more years than that person to get there. But the best way to level up and to make the progress that you made is understand where you at in life now and where you're trying to get to. Because the quicker you understand where you are now, and the quicker you understand you don't want to be where you're at, you no longer want to be where you are now, the quicker you can get to where you're trying to get to. Think about that though. How can you ever level up to get to your level 2, to your level 3, if you're not even understanding what your level 1 is? You have to understand what your level 1 is. That's the only way. You can't jump from level 1 to level 8. You have to go to level 2. You have to go through level 3 and level 4 and level 5. You can't go from level 1 to level 15. Like, think about a video game, right? When you play a video game, it's a story. Okay, let's talk about different video games you play that have a storyline, right? A part of the storyline is you have to go through mission 1 to get to mission 2. Then you go from mission 2 to get to mission 3. But each mission makes sense getting up to the next mission, right? So if you understand that each mission makes sense, you have to go from mission to mission so the story all makes sense. So the story could reveal itself. So the story can, show you the big, beautiful picture of the video game. You can't just go skip the step. You can't just play the video game and skip mission 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then all of a sudden mission 6 makes sense. No, you have to do mission 1, mission 2, then mission 3, then mission 4. So by the time you get to mission 12, like, oh my God, this game is beautiful. Now I understand why the video game had me do this. Now I understand why the video game put this in it. Now I understand why they put the video game put that in there. Now I understand why the characters of the video game are the way that they are, because they had the stuff they had to go through throughout each mission. Think about your life that way. You got missions in your life that you have to get through in order to get to the next mission. And as you get through these missions, going into the next mission makes sense. You go to the next mission, it equips you with the knowledge and the skills. It can help you build the resources that you need so that you can make it through the next mission. Think about it, if you skip mission 2, 3, 4, and 5, how would you understand what you need to do in mission 6 and mission 7 if you didn't understand what you're doing in mission 2, 3, 4, and 5? You can't skip the steps, and you can't compare your life to others and expect your mission 1 to always be like their mission 1. No, it's your mission 1, and it's your mission 2. It's not their mission 1. It's not their mission 2. It's yours. And the quicker you understand that, okay, let me stay in my lane. Let me worry about my life. I don't care what kind of car this person driving. I don't care what this person had in their career. I don't care how many followers they got on Instagram. I don't care how many subscribers they got on YouTube. It's not my life, it's theirs. So let me focus on my craft so I can perfect my craft so I can get to where I need to get to as an individual. So I can be my definition of successful. So I'm not, letting comparison kill my joy, letting comparison ruin my hopes and dreams, letting comparison make me feel like I would never be good enough. I would never understand what I need to do to be better. Because you hurting your own self. You hurting your own self with the comparisons. You hurting your own self and not understanding your level 1. But yeah, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoy it. I want you to remember that everybody's level 1 is different. And sometimes comparing yourself to others as far as, building a baseline and coming up with a good, general foundation of what you could do to put your steps in order so you can go step by step and understand what to expect out of someone else achieving it. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video.